I've celebrated Christmas in many different places around the world, but let me tell you, I have never, ever experienced Christmas like I have in the Philippines. It's more than just a holiday here, it's a feeling. It's an atmosphere that completely takes over the entire country, and I'm about to show you exactly why it's so unique. So, when do you usually start thinking about Christmas? End of November, maybe? After Thanksgiving? Well, forget all that. Here in the Philippines, the Christmas season starts in September. Yes, you heard me right. September. The moment the calendar flips to September 1st, it's like a switch is flipped. The famous beer months have begun. September, October, November, December, and the entire nation officially starts the countdown. Suddenly, you'll hear Jose Mari Chan's Christmas songs playing in the malls, on the radio, in the grocery stores. It's a running joke, but it's absolutely real. You start seeing parols, these beautiful star-shaped lanterns, hanging from windows and along the streets, lighting up the nights. Christmas trees pop up in homes and public squares. It's the longest Christmas celebration in the world, a 4-month-long festival of joy and anticipation. And at first, I thought, wow, this is a lot, isn't it a bit early? But then I started to understand what was really happening. Because what truly surprised me, what really blew my mind, wasn't just the early decorations or the non-stop carols. It was the people. The spirit of Christmas here is woven into the very fabric of the culture, and it's all about connection. I learned very quickly that Christmas in the Philippines is not about the commercial rush, the stress of shopping, or who can buy the most expensive gifts. It's about something so much more profound. It's about family. It's about squeezing into a small house, filled with the incredible smell of food that's been cooking all day, lecken, pancit, lumpia. It's about seeing a long table, maybe even several tables pushed together, groaning under the weight of all that food, where everyone, from the Lola and Lolo, the grandparents, down to the tiniest baby, shares a meal. It's about the sound of laughter echoing in a room, the catching up, the storytelling. Many Filipinos work overseas. They are called OFWs, or overseas Filipino workers. They spend the entire year, sometimes years, away from their loved ones, working hard to provide for them. And for so many of them, the ultimate goal is to come home for Christmas. They'll save up all year, travel thousands of miles, just to be with their family for this one season. Because Christmas in the Philippines means no one should be alone. It's a deeply held belief. It's about traditions like Simbang Gabi, a series of 9 dawn masses leading up to Christmas Day. People wake up before the sun rises, at AM, to go to church together. And after the mass, they gather outside to eat bibingka and puto bumbong, warm rice cakes that are just heavenly. It's a community event, a shared act of faith and tradition that brings everyone closer. So, when I say I've never experienced a Christmas like this, it's because I've never seen a place where the holiday spirit is so pure, so focused on love and togetherness. It's a season of giving, but not just of material things. It's about giving your time, your presence, and your love. It has completely redefined what this holiday means to me. It's not just a day. It's a 4-month-long celebration of life, faith, and most importantly, family. You know, I thought I knew what Christmas was all about. Back home in the States, it's the big tree, the presents, the frantic last-minute shopping, the holiday specials on TV. It's great. Don't get me wrong. But last year I decided to do something different. I packed a bag and flew to the Philippines, landing right in the middle of their Christmas season, which, by the way, is the longest in the world. And what I found there, it completely changed my definition of Christmas. My first real taste of a Filipino Christmas was on Christmas Eve. I was invited by a family I'd barely met to join them for Noche Buena. This is their huge midnight feast, and when I say huge, I mean it. I walked in, and the smells were just incredible. There was this giant glazed ham, a sweet, Filipino-style spaghetti that the kids were going crazy for, and piles of crispy lumpia, which are like these amazing spring rolls. And in the center of it all, the star of the show, a whole roasted pig, the lecken, with skin so crispy it crackled when you touched it. We washed it all down with thick, rich hot chocolate. The food was a 10 out of 10, absolutely delicious. But the longer I sat there, the more I realized the food wasn't what was making the night so special. It was watching how it all came together. I saw 3 generations in one kitchen. The Lola, the grandmother, was showing her grandkids how to roll the lumpia just right. The uncles were taking turns basting the lecken. Everyone had a job. Everyone was laughing, bumping into each other, stealing little bites of food. It wasn't a chore. It was a celebration in itself. The house wasn't big. It wasn't fancy, but the warmth inside, it felt more like home than any place I'd ever been. It was a home built on togetherness. Then, my education in the Filipino spirit continued with something called Simbang Gabi. Now, get this. It's a 9-day series of masses leading up to Christmas, and they don't happen at a convenient time. People wake up at 3 a.m. 3 in the morning. The whole neighborhood stirs to life in the dark. You see families walking down the street, sleepy but determined, all heading to church together. I decided to join them one morning, and the energy was electric. The air was cool, the church was packed, and the sound of hundreds of people praying and singing together before the sun even rose. It was powerful. There's a belief that if you complete all 9 days of Simbang Gabi, a wish you make will be granted. And you could see that hope on some of the younger faces. But as I watched the older folks, the grandparents, the parents, I saw something deeper. It wasn't just about getting a wish. It was an act of pure faith. It was about showing up, year after year, to give thanks and to start the day with a sense of community and hope. It's a devotion that goes way beyond a wish list. It's about feeding the soul. And that spirit wasn't just confined to the church walls. It spilled out onto every single street. The entire country felt alive. Everywhere you looked, there were these beautiful, star-shaped lanterns called parols hanging from windows, trees, and streetlights glowing in the dark. They symbolize the Star of Bethlehem, and they light up the whole country with this magical, festive glow. You'd hear kids, some with makeshift drums and tambourines, going from house to house singing Christmas carols, their voices filled with so much unfiltered joy. And people would come out and give them coins or snacks. It wasn't about a perfect performance. It was about sharing a moment. Neighbors were constantly sharing food over their fences. Strangers would smile and greet you with maligayang Pasko, Merry Christmas, with genuine warmth. And that's when it hit me. All this joy, this incredible, overwhelming sense of community and celebration. It wasn't fueled by money. It wasn't about the biggest gift or the fanciest dinner. It came from the heart. It was a richness of spirit. In the Philippines, I learned that Christmas isn't something you buy. It's something you build. You build it with family, with faith, with your neighbors, and with every stranger you meet. You build it with a shared meal, a pre-dawn prayer, and a simple, heartfelt song. I went looking for an escape, and instead, I found the true meaning of Christmas. And that's a gift I'll carry with me forever. I've been traveling the world for years, searching for that next great adventure, that next big thrill. But I have to be honest with you. Nothing could have prepared me for Christmas in the Philippines. You know, back home in the States, Christmas often feels like a race. A race to buy the best gifts, to have the most extravagant decorations, to cook the most elaborate feast. It's a season that, if we're not careful, can get tangled up in materialism. We measure the success of the holiday by the pile of presents under the tree. But here it's completely different. I arrived in Manila just as the beer months were in full swing. For those who don't know, the Christmas season here starts in September, 4 months of festive spirit. At first I thought, isn't that a bit much? But then I started to see it. I saw families, neighbors, and even strangers coming together. I saw people who might not have a lot in terms of material wealth, but whose homes were overflowing with laughter and warmth. I spent time with a local family in a small provincial town. Their house wasn't big, their tree wasn't covered in expensive ornaments, but their table was filled, not just with incredible food like lecken and bibingka, but with people, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors who just dropped by. Everyone was welcome. I watched them singing carols, playing games, and just being together. There was so much joy in that small, crowded room. It was powerful, and it hit me. It was a moment of pure clarity. Christmas here reminded me that happiness isn't about what you have. It's about who you have beside you. It's about the shared laughter, the tight hugs, the simple act of being present with the people you love. So when I say I've never experienced Christmas like this before, I mean it from the bottom of my heart. The Philippines celebrates Christmas not just with these incredible, dazzling lights you see everywhere, but with love, with a generosity that's humbling, with a deep sense of family, and an unshakable faith. It's a celebration of connection, of community. If the world could learn one thing from the Filipino Christmas spirit, it's this: life becomes infinitely more beautiful when we celebrate together. The greatest gifts aren't bought in a store. They're the moments we share. I came here as a traveler, just passing through. But I'm leaving with a piece of the Philippines in my heart, and a whole new understanding of what this season is all about. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more stories like this, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps more people discover the beauty of Filipino Christmas traditions. And I want to know, where do you think I should travel next in the Philippines? Drop your suggestions in the comments below. From here in the beautiful Philippines, maligayang Pasko, Merry Christmas, and thank you for watching.